My greetings to you, my friend, around the world. May the Lord bless you. You will not die untimely death in the mighty name of our Lord Jesus Christ. I want to examine this issue of burying our dead ones in the villages. I don't really know how your village looks like, but I have seen some villages where the challenges people encounter to bury their dead is enormous. And speaking on burial in the villages, what kind of culture is ours? I don't really know what obtains in your village, but I have seen some villages where the people go through pains to bury their dead. I have followed some of my friends to places in Benin side, in Delta side, even in Kwara side, in so many parts of Nigeria, including the eastern part and the south part there. What I see of people there, I mean the locals, what they take their people through in order to bury their dead, it's so terrible. I will tell you this story that occurred to my friend a little while ago. I welcome you to this lecture, Mentoring Masterclass. My friend lost his mother so many months ago. We were in my library here that early morning when someone called from the village to announce to him that his mother passed on. After the rituals of weeping, sympathies, commiseration with him, we resolved that he must travel immediately to attend to the burial processes. I particularly warned him that he should insist on burial immediately or within 48 hours. This will take off unnecessary spendings like mortuary bills, where they would incur needless debts, and the jobless and older people in the villages will turn out in their numbers to their houses, and then people will be feeding them 3 times a day. Sometimes it continues for about 3, 4, 5, 6, sometimes a whole week you'll be feeding these people. Also, the longer the burial takes, the more it attracts people, scope, demands, and untimely fears, and ultimately fears of meeting all these needs. If the dead goes into the grave immediately, the demand and fears of meeting them could be less. You are able to focus on other things and prepare for the burial proper, where you waste money unnecessarily. For him to travel at a very short notice, we called some close friends, and being a nice person himself, people rallied around him. Money raised in that manner should not go into mortuary costs. The dead is dead at the ripe age of 81. Why mortuary? Let the body be interred immediately. Then we fix a date for proper burial and parties, etc. Alas, on getting to the village, it was another thing entirely for my friends. His father's family said no. The body couldn't be buried until the children gave them something like 200,000 naira. The deceased family, too, demanded a very large sum. The women group in the church demanded theirs. The church as a whole also demanded theirs. There was something like a force in the way they were making the demands, all put together. The friend and his siblings were to look for nothing less than 500,000 naira to settle these people, or else that body would not be buried. That amount was just for settlement, so not burial, where people will eat and drink, call musicians, and this might take about 2 to 3 days. The body eventually ended in the mortuary, incurring more costs. Having exhausted all the cash on him, my guy from the village began to call people in Lagos, sending SOS to friends in Lagos to bail him out with transport to return to Lagos after the whole burial. Another experience. Just 5 months ago, a young friend who lost his father in Lagos was told never to bury his body in Lagos, but to bring it home. My guy agreed and began preparations. He was not told what awaited him in the village. I was one of the contingent that followed him. On getting to the road leading to the village, we met some 20 hefty young men. They stopped our vehicles and demanded 100,000 naira for the body to gain access to the village. We began to plead, asking them to take just 10K. These people threatened to take away the casket if we did not produce the money immediately. Before we knew it, they started dragging the casket out of the vehicle. Pronto, all of us in the village, in the vehicle, we gathered the 1,000 naira immediately. On getting to the village proper, we were to provide a big cow for the youths, or no burial will occur. They brought the cow themselves and told us to pay 150,000 naira for the cow they want to kill and eat that day. Then the bishop of the church came to the house to pray for the family. We never knew that the prayer would cost us another 50,000 naira. The village elders also prayed. That prayer cost us 25,000 naira and 5 cartons of beer. Same for the king, the women group in the village, the man's playmates, the children. We were paying between 25, 30, 50,000 naira for each of them. My most enormous pain was that there was a lady with a bag around her neck and a POS machine in her hand. So there was nothing like, I don't get cash, you have your card with you, you must pay. All our friends must have paid nothing less than 10,000 to 15,000 naira. It was a red letter day. What the hell of a culture is this? Why do we make life difficult for people? Some of these people have become demons in our villages, feasting on the innocence of men and women living in the city. Some week ago, a friend of mine lost his mother on a Friday evening. The body was to be taken home. The elder brother of the deceased called from the village that her body should be brought home. And before they got home, the children should quickly send 250,000 naira to them to prepare grounds for the burial. Immediately, my friend heard of this. He told his sibling immediately that, look, we are not taking Mama home any longer. We will bury her here in Lagos. The man said he couldn't lose his mother and then lose his money again. Despite the fact that the body was not taken to the village and the body was buried in his compound there, the people in the village eventually sent another message that they must send 50,000 naira because people in the village must drink. People in the village must eat. And in fact, they'll be eating on credit. They'll be eating on credit for 3 days. My friend sent 50,000 naira for a burial that did not hold in the village. This was a mother no one in the village asked after when she was alive. But they were ready to mourn, then to eat and drink at her death. The same thing for some hopeless children who will not cater for their parents when alive, but immediately they are dead, they will start buying cows. They will start calling musicians, taking ashwebi of multi-thousands of money to celebrate a mother you did not care for when she was alive. God will judge you. Nature will judge you. What goes round comes round. What you have done for your mother, for your daddy, they will do it also for you. I'm not cursing you. I'm only telling you the truth that will happen. My guy, if you cannot cope with all these realities back in the village, bury your dead in the cities. Don't let this glutton in the village turn you to their ATM. The dead is dead. Where you bury them is immaterial. I have told my children that anytime I am called back home to be with the Lord, intern my body immediately. And right here in Lagos, but immediately I am gone, the spirit has left me. What left is just rubbish. This is just nonsense. Intern it immediately and just forget about it. What I did here will speak after me. And that is what matters. The legacy, not the body. I hope you get something today. Guess what? This is Mentoring Masterclass. Don't waste money unnecessarily. Bye.